ones from last year that we got to make 12 of these.
Oh my God, look at that.
We got to make 12. Okay. There you go.
They don't get much nicer than that.
Les is responsible for that.
We love you, Les. Yeah. Doesn't get nicer than that.
Well, it would be nicer if you had them laser cut, but you got me, so the human laser. The human laser. Yeah, that's going to work out perfect. It took a long time to get that really right on the money.
Yeah.
And this is all the screws, yeah.
And then we've got these pieces that drop in.
You got the little blockaronis, right?
You got those. We're gonna move pretty quick this time. I hate to tell you.
Well, you know what? As much plywood as I have, I'm going to make extras of these, so we have.
Well, that's fine.
I'm going to use up all the plywood.
That's fine. All right, we're at a spot. You want to go get breakfast now?
Let's go to breakfast, and then when I come back, I'll go. Unless you want to do them, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No,
these are easy to make. They're just labor intensive.
I can be doing that. The next thing we want to do is we want to raise up the trailing edge, and I want
do the hinges.
I want you to lay out where you want the hinges.
Right.
So you lay them out. We'll raise the trailing edge, and then we'll sand the hinge slots in.
Boy, did that work out, because the hinges are right on the center line.
That made my life, because I didn't do that.
No, when you don't do that,
I was cutting through an epoxy joint.
It goes over and under, so the hinges go up.
I had to cut them wide and then shim them.
Another neat thing, when we glue it together, put little pieces of Teflon in where the hinges go. Did we do that last time? Okay, I reinvented something.
Just like you guys.
Well, you got no wind, slight rain, drizzle, fog. Can't even see the runway here at the Airport Cafe. Our favorite spot in Hampton for breakfast.
So, what's your name? Your name is Noodle.
Now, Rich Oliver noticed that there's women's undergarments hanging in the restaurant here. I haven't been to that many
Haven't got that old yet.
They don't have this in Houston? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, it's so hot women go naked. No one wears layers of clothing.
Where's that little syrup? Look at this. Real pure. Yeah, they're as cute as can be. So listen, we were harassing this waitress and calling her Noodle. Let me see the check. So she signs the check. Love Noodle. A good place to have breakfast. Approved by all carbon fiber manufacturers.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Where is she? Where is she? Let's get her on video. I want to see the name tag tomorrow so we can identify you in a crowd. Miss Noodle. Now, all during what we're doing, we're going to be taking high-resolution pictures. Rich is going to be putting a piece in a future control line world. We want to set up the pieces one by one, and we'll try to get together and do an article on it. This is something you want to have a picture of too, the glass ellipses. Uh-oh. It can't be good if the phone is ringing. We got some of the gear block work left over from last year. We're going to be making up the parts and assembling, doing the article, putting this together, and shooting DVD. What a team. Oh, you got a blanket. Okay, for shooting pictures. If you want to have a dark background, it's good. Setting up for some of the photos that we're going to be needing. This is what a carbon fiber composite wing kit looks like with the two trailing edge parts. This will be the next one we make. Now what Dave is going to do is we're going to pick up the back of, so that the core is up. How much? What do we use? A piece of masking tape or something?
No, we used a piece of.
Or Teflon.
The contest is always on.
But it can be anything.
And then we're going to lay out where the hinge slots go. Put the hinge slots in both sides.
I just want to lay this out before I lift this up. Let's just make sure that we're in the same ballpark.
Well, we can make a little diagram of where, so they're all the same.
Yeah. I want to put marks in the.
Okay, and you're allowing 3 inches for the tips. That's standard.
This is what we had last time.
Yeah,
Okay.
right here, you will have a
If
ball.
we look at that,
And we want to lay out 5 hinges.
if we look at that, we are looking at a wing that is.
Okay, all the hinge pockets are laid out using a hinge. On center, allowing for the horn. Now what happens is we're going to, again, Dave's going to jack that trailing edge up, and we're going to cut half of a hinge slot in each panel. So when they're joined together, the hinge pockets will already be in place, and that's how we did it last year, and it really did work well.
Well, you're going to get.
I'm not sure if you can get 3. See if you can do a wiggle job. Can you get 3?
You've got one here.
No, 1 backwards,
Well,
flip it. No.
yeah. See, I can go there.
You're not using grain on this for...
I might make it.
Even if you're close, because I can do that real accurate. And even if you had a little glitch in there, it's not going to be a problem.
I mean,
You get
you're not
3?
worried about the grain.
No, there's no...
Yeah, we can get 3. Okay.
The way those gear blocks are in the grain, you almost could make these out of balsa wood. It's that other block that you can't... This is the key to the whole thing, is that wire is long.
All right, I'll let you lay these out. You want to probably.
We're ready to do... Well, I want to get this...
I want to do 3 of these.
I'm going to set it up.
All right.
Right.
Let's lift the wing out. And I'm just going to get this out of here.
You get all the schmutz out off of the mold too, I guess.
You know what that is right there?
What?
That's PVA that didn't dry.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Oh, that's right. We had a spot
That
right
spot,
there.
And that's the. Yep. That's what that is right there. Right there too. That's what that is. Good.
Do you remember what Les used? Well, because you're going to double it.
He used a piece of 10 mil thick Teflon, which I don't think I've got anymore.
Okay, but it doesn't matter what you're using. We're just using it for a shim. The thickness here.
Yep.
So the hinge pocket will be the thickness of 6 pieces of masking tape.
Expensive masking tape.
Expensive. Yeah. Home Depot masking tape.
I tried the off-brand of this, not 3M.
Yep.
Works.
That feels like it's plenty thick, Dave.
I think that's pretty good. I'd go one more, just to make sure. What do we got? 4 there now?
What did we do last year? We just held this while Les was cutting the hinge pockets?
I think so.
Okay. This really was a good idea. This was one of the real good
This was
ones.
one of the smart ones we did.
Yeah.
Because I
And it's one that you don't think matters until you go to put the hinges in.
Until you get to what I did.
Man, and it makes you crazy.
I bet I added 10 hours to the project.
No, because the reason was when you glued the original ones together, when you
Oh,
put
I remember.
with epoxy, we used so much epoxy, it was unbelievable. When I looked inside the wing, I was putting the tips on, it oozed out like a peanut butter sandwich in there. So with the hinges laid out, what we've been doing, just using an ordinary nail file, cutting the slots in, which is half the thickness of a hinge. And you only got a couple more to go. All the hinge slots will be in this part of the mold. And we found out it's real important not to let the nail file walk down. Keep it even with the tape, which protects the mold. And since it's up, what do we use, 5 layers of tape?
6 layers.
Six
Half the thickness of your hinge.
6 layers, or
Whatever hinge you're going to use, half
Right.
the thickness. And oh boy, does this save time and energy later.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you spend 10 minutes now and you save 10 hours down the road. I found that out That first wing we made, the first wing, man, putting the hinges in was a nightmare.
Thank you, Les.
Yep. Well, that's why we pay him the big money. By the way, have you written him his check for this week? Me either.
Hey, this week he's AWOL.
Write him
Get
up.
a check.
Yeah, he's in Texas of all places. All god-awful places to go this time of year, where it's nice and warm.
So, yeah.
All right, let me just make sure we got the right amount of inners, right amount of outers, right amount of parts. You're on parts patrol. You're gonna make the crutch?
I'm gonna lay the crutch.
All right, I gotta make one more sheet of parts. He's cutting away here. The saw works pretty good.
Good job.
Good. Got a fresh blade in there.
That good? I like the fact that it blows the dust away.
Yeah.
That's usually my job.
That's usually your job, is to not suck it.
Yep.
Okay, this is.
That is the one thing that my son has a hard time watching windy videos anyway. He says, "Oh, Dad, not another windy." But when he starts whistling, the whistling, he wants.
It's my revenge on younger people. Whistling.
If my son could reach through the TV
What kind of toe are you using here?
and stick a,
Is this flat toe or
Yeah.
it's got different carrying agent in it?
yeah, it's the Boeing stuff.
This is the Boeing stuff?
Yeah, it's the same stuff I gave you.
Yeah, but mine isn't flat like this.
That's because you twisted it all up when you took it off.
Mine is all schnurl, but it doesn't matter.
That's because you had rich Giacobone.
Oh no, anything but Giacobone.
Trust me, later on this afternoon, we will get you as much of the nice stuff as you can handle.
How much has he got over there?
He probably has 10 rolls in it.
Oh, I don't need 10 rolls, Jesus.
He sold me a roll. I think I paid $20 for that roll. I said, Brian, thank you so much. I would be
We can
honored
make a
to-"
carbon fiber back for Woody's boat.
Dude, you see the black in there?
Yeah, I see.
There's a little bit of carbon toe in that
All
hole.
right. Yeah.
It was the perfect.
Doran is supposed to send me up the prop molds to start making our own props, so
He
the
does.
toe will be very handy.
He's better.
We got to teach him about American.
Said Borat after.
We got to teach him about American production delivery standards, not Ukrainian delivery standards or whatever he's subscribing to now. Anyway, we're laying that up. I love how your wife has those Mickey Mouses all over the house.
Oh,
Look at this.
great.
I even got a Mickey Mouse cup.
Now you gotta see what I got her for our anniversary. My friend owns a jewelry store.
A diamond Mickey Mouse or
No,
something?
she's already got a diamond Mickey Mouse. But no, he found, and he gave it to her for for our anniversary. He found her an original 1956 or 50, I think it's a 57 Mickey Mouse watch in the box.
Oh yeah, with all
brand
of,
new,
yeah.
with the leather, made in the USA leather watch band.
Born in the USA.
He said, here, there's only one person that I could ever think of that deserves
Yeah.
this. So after I got done spending,
She likes that shirt I had too, that Mickey Mouse shirt.
yes, after I got done spending $2,000 in there the other day, he said, oh, by the way, here's this
Yeah.
watch you can.
Borat the jeweler takes care of you.
Oh, he's a good guy. He is a good friend.
So the next thing is I'm going to strip out the leading edge parts, which they give us a little place to join. You can see how thin that is as it goes down. Same as a trailing edge. Once I glue them on, and I'll put this back into the mold and dress that off flat. So when these two come together front and back, they meet at a nice parallel 90-degree angle.
Now you've got two choices in regards to how you do that. One is the method that you can bring your ribs all the way up and put the leading edge pieces in between them, because your ribs are going to come right up to the front. You
Right.
can drop your leading
Right.
edge pieces in between.
Yeah, we just
Or you
notch
can
them
put
out.
Your leading edges all the way and notch the front of the rib.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we could, you know what, it'd be probably better to notch the rib.
It'd be better to notch the.
Because if you were gonna dress this off, and we don't know, you haven't really physically finished a wing with this leading edge contour in it, have you?
Yeah.
Yours has got this?
Yours and mine.
Oh, they're both? Okay, you haven't changed it. Okay, so mine was plenty. Mine was fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have, we'll just notch the ribs. That'd be, then it gives you a nice thing. You can work the sanding block. You don't run into a hollow spot where that rib is.
Yep.
Okay, and we're gonna save this piece of multi-layered tape. It's got the thicknesses. We'll save this and just use this every time. We got to do 6 of these, so this will be the first one. Okay, now that leading edge is sanded in with the T-bar, perfectly flat here, perfectly flat across. We could vacuum up the dust on that. You want to set the gear blocks in here now, Dave? Well, we got to finish the ribs. Dave is finishing up, hollowing out the ribs. We got some more ribs to do.
Yeah, I would use the ones we've got. How many
Okay.
does Richard have done? I'd save the.
Save the original ones. We saved the original set Les made. Put some ink markers on it or
What you
something.
gotta do is you gotta lay out the little blocks and
Right,
the lines.
right.
You need to lay these out now.
I know exactly what he
Why
has
don't
to
you lay
do.
those out? By the time you get those laid out, I can have some more of these cut.
Okay, let me
And
see
then
that.
then we're gluing shit in.
Okay, let me see these.
Richard, here's the vacuum.
This is the little things that set the blocks in place. Let me take this down for- One of the more labor-intensive jobs, putting these little tangs on everything and making matched sets. Just remember, each one has to be a set. One set is done. We mark the patterns with a little ink marker so that we would know these are the originals. And Rich is almost done. We're ready to make up the second set. Now, fitting up the gear blocks is always one of the time-consuming, meticulous jobs that has to be done. Each one has to be fit individually to get a nice tight fit. And we're going to use Rich Oliver's method of mixing Cabosil with epoxy to get even a nicer fit. The bottom one has to be a real precision fit, but the top needs to be just maybe a pen line undersized so we don't create a starving horse here, where the top rib shrinks down and then it pops up through.
Bottom fits the line.
Okay.
The top, I had the line go below.
You took the line off.
Took the center line below the center line of the wing by the thickness of the line. That means the Cabosil will fill up the thickness of the line.
And give us like a gasket. Act almost like a gasket
Yeah,
does.
it'll pot itself to the top skin.
Okay, now we got to basically do the same thing. That part you have is a part. We have the pattern. Got to do the same thing to the other side. So let's make up, and Dave's in the middle of making up the gear blocks, the little covers and things. So we just really want to replicate that again and see that it fits on the other side. Is that how you want to do this?
Yeah,
Since you got a perfect fit and it fits on the other side, I'll just make you an exact mirror image part.
that works for me.
This is something I never like to see during a modeling demo. Empty beer bottles and a hammer.
Oh yeah.
That's a bad combo when you're trying to do precision work. Superstar Woody Midgley has just joined us for the build-a-thon. Let's see what we're going on here.
Actually, I just got to get oriented. This one.
Okay, Rich has mixed up, what'd you mix up, Cabosil and
And
West resin or 5 minute?
no, it's
20 minute, okay. So you made a paste, the paste like peanut butter, consistency of peanut butter so it doesn't slide, and it fills in all the little gaps. It's called colloidal silica gap filling. This is the stuff we use on the,
This stuff.
I used a lot of it on Jacobone's cowl.
At the wrong height for old guys, huh?
Well, I've got the other ones that lift up and down. I shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda. Buddha, Buddha, bada, Buddha.
Okay, why don't you clamp that one?
Okay, and you're gonna just clamp that with. That keeps them 90 degrees. Do you try to put a little downward pressure on it when you do that, or?
I pushed it down a little bit.
Yeah, I see it's oozing out. You want me to wipe that with a,
No, he want you to leave it
Yeah,
just
I
right there.
Okay.
Since
Yeah, that
it's-
works nice. That is very nice.
Since it's full of really, really light material, you're actually using less weight than if it
And the
was
strength
full
is, you're not
The
you're not
Cabosil-
holding the engine in a plane with this or anything,
Well,
that's for sure.
but with Cabosil, the strength doesn't change. It's different than like talc. Talc weakens it. This doesn't. It's a filler. So it doesn't change the strength.
And that's 406, the stuff that West Systems
Yeah.
sells, colloidal silica.
Yeah.
Colloidal silica adhesive.
Cabosil is like Xerox. It's a brand name.
Okay.
But
But it's Cabosil.
yeah,
is
you
what
can go
it
down
is.
to like any boat repair shop and
you can eat it. If in doubt, it's in food
Yeah, can you
products
eat
too.
that stuff?
they put
Show
it in.
us.
They put
Show
it
us.
in.
Have a big sip of that.
Woody will try it.
Woody, get over here.
Yeah, give it to Woody. Woody will eat it.
Woody, you
Woody,
getting hungry
he'll
for
eat anything.
pizza with Cabosil? All right, that's laying in there nice. Oh, man,
Before
man.
we go to the next
Now, you don't see it on the DVD, but we spend an
Before
incredible
we go
time
to the
precision
next
fitting
one,
these.
Let's,
Yeah, before we get too cute,
Let's
let's
get-
not forget the gear blocks.
now the gear blocks, I'm assuming the gearbox are gonna go to your lines.
Right on the tang, so you got it.
Well, on the tangs or on your lines? Cause your
No,
lines.
no.
Your lines are different than the tangs.
Go to the tangs. Go to the lines.
Go to the,
Go to the tang lines.
Go to the tang lines.
Go to the line.
Go to the colloidal silica lines. Now see, he made a big problem here for himself. He got the inner wing on this side and the inner wing on that side. Ooh. And we may have to cut this apart and rejoin it. Woody, I'm telling you, I teach him everything I know. It took 15 minutes.
And it was time well wasted. Spent.
Oh,
Here. Give me a nice bead right there on the end of that.
give him a
bad boy.
bead.
Give me a bead of goo on that bad boy. We'll flip you over, Borat. In Kazakhstan.
Is there really a country, Kazakhstan?
Oh yes.
Yes.
It's just north of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
North.
And they're not too happy.
That's probably where Osama is.
Could be.
He's hanging out
It's
there. Probably
actually-
building foam wings or something.
It's actually worse terrain than Afghanistan. There's almost nothing there.
Oh,
but rocks
God.
and mountains and
There you go. Look
the
at
valley
it.
that those guys are just a low place in the mountains.
This Oliver is okay. I don't care. I don't care what Barry Robinson says about him. Yeah, what Paul Winter says. He's an okay guy. Pin those blocks in there. Yeah, that's nice. Right in there, beautiful.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
I can't believe we were in the airport this morning, Woody, having breakfast.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if you.
We're looking at the models for half an hour. We noticed there's women's underwear hanging. Oliver noticed there's women's underwear all over the place.
Yeah.
What did it tell you about our brains? Fried. French fried potatoes.
Is this bad boy in?
Get this guy ready to go?
Clamp that one down.
Yeah, when you come to a modeling shop and you see a hammer and an empty beer bottle, you wonder
A big hammer.
just how good can these guys be? You ever watch a chopper show? They can't get an axle in? Bigger hammer, Dad.
Bigger hammer.
Bigger,
Yeah, bigger
give me the
hammer,
mallet.
Dad.
Give me the brass mallet. Boy, there's no precision to those. They're just hammering things and beating on things.
It's a square peg and a round
Oh,
hole. Make
man.
it fit.
Front end doesn't fit. Oh, we got the wrong
it
bushing.
harder.
Hit it. Bang, bang.
Bigger
No
hammer.
problem. Holy moly.
They're in there, but
Do the center lines look lined up?
I didn't even look at the center lines. I figured after everything we've done, you had those.
It looks like you
But
got
yeah,
the
they
outer
do.
gear and the inner gear reversed.
Hey Woody,
Here you go.
we're
Woody,
kinda,
they're on your case.
Here.
we're kind of busy over here. Could you come over and slap one? Can you? We'll fill it around the back. We
Yeah, you
prob-
can roll fillets in there, no problem
Yeah,
at
we
all.
probably want to do that when we put the top on, so that we don't build any ledge that would keep it from setting.
Okay.
Embarrassing moments in stunt history. Gira coming out the top of the wing. For Jacobones playing with the wing backwards. You know what's sad about Jacobone? He wanted to buy an R for an arc Strega, and they don't make them ass backwards like he flies. They only make them with the lead outs coming out the other.
That's right, too.
So I told him what he had to do is order an ABAAC, ass backwards AR.
An A-B.
An ABAAC.
And he probably sent that to John Brodak. I want it. Oh, jeez.
Brodak Rice says, what the hell's an AAAC?
There's another guy that bought pipe wax.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My second picture of the work crew on their knees.
Crew? Crew? Boy,
For you lately.
that's giving us the benefit of the doubt. Crew would indicate that we might be getting paid for this. That's not what your father said.
Oh, I think the radio. I think you guys were using the radio for your massage, weren't you?
Here we're working the world's tallest stunt flyer and the world's shortest
A lot of
one.
that you can do after when it's time to put the top on. Everything's solid and not moving.
All right, so while we have Richard's lower wing panel in the oven, where Dave is putting on the final coat of high temperature wax into the fuselage mold to mold up some carbon fiber fuselage shells.
Oh, look, he likes money. Money.
Money? Money? I like Woody more than money. Wow, look at this pizza parlor guy. What are you going, for the pizza now?
I'm not for sale, Woody.
Woody.
You can't buy me.
He thinks if he just puts some money on the table, he doesn't have to wax the mold. Get him over here.
For my son, I never saw a friggin' bill until I...
Ah!
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
It was a muffin.
So we got all the ribs ready for wing number 2 and wing number 3. Once these guys stop arguing about who's going to pay for the pizza. What a bunch of cheapos. Unbelievable. Part of hairdressing school.
Is this a young guy and young girl?
You got to cool them old.
Guy was our age. My age.
They always give the youngest, best looking guy the hairdryer job. Woody, get over here.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Get that PVA drying. We got fuselages to make. Beautiful piece of work. Got the wing cutout already in it.
See, we never painted trim colors, but we always painted white. So that we come out, basically touch up the seam line and...
But the guys that are doing that, they paint the trim in there and everything, according to that video.
It comes out of the mold. Oh, yeah.
It's got the USAF, the star, and maybe they use decals. I never thought of that.
They can use
Like reverse decals.
They are so intricate. It is a muriel.
Can you feel it? Oh yeah, it's a little goopy. It's totally goopy. Yeah, leave that in there. Put the heat back on it. Are you kidding me?
No, the heat'll make it softer.
It'll make it cure quicker.
Just let it cool and it makes
You want to hit it? You want to hit it with the heat gun?
Yeah, it's not. Unless you just want this up out of the way, I'd just leave it on it while we're eating.
Leave it on while we're
Bring
eating.
it back down. It's already...
In fact, we'll put the pizza right on top of it.
Hold on.
Who dripped all this epoxy on the floor? Did you do that
Not
working?
me. You wouldn't
He
let me
says
near
he said you did it.
He wouldn't let me near the epoxy stick.
He said you did it. What are you gonna leave a heat lamp on it?